Hello, 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 everyone. Let's see who's gonna join us. And I'm checking Facebook to see. Well, that's not what I want. If we are officially live and see if anyone's joining us over there. We are live officially on Facebook and on YouTube. So if you have issues on either platform, you can go to the other and see if it works better for you. All right, I am officially live. I'm going to quickly share this to the groups. So we're going to go to the VIP as well as my team. All right, there we are. We are good. Hello, Deb. Hello, Miss Lori. So glad you could join. All right. I think we're good. All right, we are officially live. We're going to go ahead and get started. I have a few housekeeping things to go over. Thoughts and prayers for our friends out in California. Sounds like Hillary is doing a number on them, and they are also experiencing some earthquakes. So, Miss Betty, I hope you are staying safe if you are catching the replay or joining us here shortly, hopefully. But just wanted to make mention of that. That's some nasty stuff happening. All right, switching the screen over so you can see my goodies here. So again, we are now into the September Paper Pumpkin order period. I'm just gonna say my paper pumpkin for July just arrived yesterday. I have not opened the box, but it is here. It made it. And now we're into the September subscription period. This one was totally influenced by our founding member, founder of Stampin' Up, Shelly Gardner. It is called With Love and Gratitude. And you can actually begin if you're a current subscriber. Cool stuff in the box. Oh, I haven't opened my box yet. You got me excited now, Deb. There is an add-on coordinating journal. It's an 8x10. And if you're a current subscriber, you can begin ordering this now. It is available. It is a thoughts of thanks journal. It's an 8x10. It comes with 2 specialty gold foil sticker sheets, and it is $15. It looks like it's going to be extremely pretty. And if you like journals, this may be something that we might be putting on your wish list. The actual kit, which you'll receive in September, includes 8 treat packages, 8 note cards, 8 coordinating envelopes, a Lost Lagoon ink spot. You're going to get a coordinating stamp set, of course, and then you're going to get specialty gold foil pieces and detailed die cuts. So that's going to be a really nice kit when that one comes. So if you're interested, now's the time to actually subscribe. The August tutorial bundle is available in my online store for the cost of $20, or you can earn it free with a $50 purchase in my online store. All customers that have already ordered have gone out. I do try to email these out the beginning of each week with any orders that I receive throughout the week. So if you've placed an order and you've earned this, you've got it on the way. So that's the tutorial bundle. They've also released a new festive tags kit. Each month, Stampin' Up! Does release a new kit. That's part of our online exclusives. So the festive tags kits is the newest edition, but there's all kinds of kits there if you like kits. Kits are convenient. They come with everything you need to do the projects. It's a wonderful thing. And then, of course, the bonus days, all July, we did earn those $5 coupons for every $50 we spent. Now it's August. Now it's time to redeem those coupon codes. Don't let them expire. They will expire at the end of August, on the 31st to be exact. So definitely use them up. I won't tell you how many I used. Yeah. I splurged just a little bit. Okay. Today's projects are featured around this entire suite of product that you're going to find in the new mini catalog. This is part of the fall mini. fall winter mini, I should say. And oh my God, this set is so pretty. The font in the stamp set, gorgeous. It's called Autumn Leaves, and it's got I'm thankful. Autumn teaches us that change can be beautiful with a grateful heart. And then you have some of these little minis that kind of go with the I'm thankful for all you do today and every day to have you as a friend. You have these beautiful leaves. You have the veining for the leaves. This coordinating dies are amazing. There's lots of extras in here. So you not only have the dies to cut out your leaves and your veins, but you also have these additional leaves that actually cut out, and you cut out these little veining in there. They're really pretty. We have 3 label cuts on dies. You have this label, and then this little tiny one is perfect for these little bitty. And I apologize. You probably hear Tucker having a meltdown because my husband's outside weed eating and he wants to be outside with him. So he's having a meltdown downstairs, and I do apologize. But this is real life, folks, and it's my life. And I have a very spoiled little boy who thinks he should be outside when dad's weed eating. Anyway, so we have all these little bonus leaves, and oh, he's so angry. Thank God he's little, because if he were a full-size dog, God help us all. Here is the coordinating ribbon pack. This is a 2-pack. They come together. It's part of the suite. Look at this beautiful linen ribbon here. This is gorgeous. It's so soft and buttery. It's all I can describe it is just soft and buttery and so pretty. I love natural ribbons anyway, and that one's right up my alley. And then check out the shine and shimmer in this copper. Look at that. Is that not so pretty? Love this stuff. And it comes in a pack together, just like so. Then you get, as part of the suite, these adhesive backed speckle dots. Love those. We are using those tonight. Actually, I used everything in this entire suite tonight. And one of the projects, out of all 3 projects, everything's been used at least once. And again, of course, this All About Autumn 6x6 Designer Series paper pack. This stuff is absolutely gorgeous. Standalone paper for sure with a good sentiment. You're good to go. Then we have this embossing folder. This is the Distressed Tile 3D embossing folder. We're using that tonight. And then, of course, this is the oxidized copper 12x12. It comes in the 2 colors. You get a total of 4 sheets, 2 of each color. You get the, oh my goodness, Lost Lagoon. And then I believe this is supposed to be Moody Mauve. So Lost Lagoon and Moody Mauve for the colors in this. But it's got that distressed, oxidized look. And oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And we're using some of that tonight. All right. So first card we are going to make is this one here, a super simple. This is where we're going to use that embossing folder, but we're going to do with a grateful heart and use some of those little embellishments here. So for that, we are going to start with a pecan pie card base. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. My bone folder here. We're going to fold on that score line and press that out with our bone folder. Okay. So then I have, what did I do? I went ahead and did this ahead of time with the Distressed Tile 3D embossing folder. I went ahead and I embossed my early espresso piece. This measures 5 1/4 by 4. And we're going to go ahead, find our adhesive here, and adhere that to our card base. So because this is so heavily embossed, I am going to be very slow and careful applying my adhesive because it can tear your paper. Sometimes you're better off with the liquid adhesive when you're working with embossed paper, especially with the 3D embossing, because it does do a really super job. Okay, so there's our card base. We're going to set that aside for just a minute. And I do have here a piece of Very Vanilla. This is cut, let me remember. I think I cut this at 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. And I need my leaf, which is this one here. And we're going to need our veining, which is that one there. And let's see. So we have our leaf. We need our ink pads. We're using Pecan Pie, Moody Mauve, and Old Olive. And my Moody Mauve and my Pecan Pie, because they're newer pads, they are super, super juicy. So to combat the juiciness, I remember to bring my mat because we are using photopolymer. But to combat that, I am using sponge daubers to apply my ink. So we're going to start with our Moody Mauve one for the center. So I have my ink dauber for the Moody Mauve, because if you use your dauber to apply your ink, it's not as heavy, and you'll get a better impression. Because again, if it's too saturated, you'll get a muddy look, and we don't want muddy. We want a nice clean impression. So we're going to go for the center, and it's going to go right about there. Just like that. Clean that off. We can put this away. Then we're going to bring in our Pecan Pie. And we're going to also apply that with a dauber, because again, that one is also pretty extra juicy. So we're just going to go ahead and apply that. And this is going to come over here, and I'm just going to kind of tip it just a little bit. So there's the Pecan Pie. I'm going to close that one up, so we're now done with that. Clean our stamp. And my Old Olive has been around the block a few times, so it's not as juicy, so we can go ahead and just ink up our stamp with this one. There we go. And this one, I'm just going to kind of tip it out just a little bit. And that one comes out nice. Oh, hey, Kay. Hey, Arlene. So glad you ladies could make it. That DSP is gorgeous. You are 100% right. All right, so now I need my early espresso. And that's how we're going to do our veining. So we'll put this over here. So we're going to add our veins. So we're going to ink that up. And then this is going to line up in here like so. And one more in our old olive leaf. We're going to add our veins just like that. Okay. Next, we're going to bring in some dimensionals. Oh, hey, Miss Betty. Glad to see you on here. I was just at the beginning here, made mention. I just saw the earthquakes that are hitting you guys in Southern California with that crazy Hillary. I was hoping it wasn't affecting you. Okay, there we go. So there's our leaves. Now I have a scrap of Very Vanilla. And we're going to need our sentiment here, which is with a grateful heart. And we're doing that in our early espresso ink. So with a grateful heart, like so. Go ahead and clean that stamp. Close this up. Then we got to bring in our dies. Where did we put those over here? I need to keep these a little closer here. We're going to use this label here. I'm going to go ahead and get that lined up nice and straight. Okay, we're going to bring in our baby boss. At our plate. And run that through. So here's a little label. And that back. That goes in the trash. Next, I am going to take some adhesive and just run along the back here. And then I have here some linen thread. And I'm just going to wrap it around my fingers a few times. Actually, I think go. And I just made it into the circle like so and stuck it in to my adhesive like that. Then we're going to bring back those lovely dimensionals. We're going to stick one down here on the end. And two more. Peel those backings. Bring our card back. And we're just going to go ahead and add that to the front of our card like that. Then these pretty little adhesive backed speckled dots. And our take your pick tool. I'm going to use a couple of the small old olive. There we go. And then I'm going to use a larger of the Moody Mauve and throw it down there. So there's card one. Quick and simple. Oh, good. Your wind isn't bad. I'm glad to hear that. Oof. Yeah. I don't. No earthquake or hurricane sounds like it's any kind of fun weather. Oh, I'm glad you like the colors. I picked the colors literally directly from the Designer Series paper. This Designer Series paper, they always tell you the colors that kind of go with it. And I went through it and I picked all colors that were in that paper. And that's how we came out with this. All right. Next card. Another almost too simple, but couldn't help myself. It's this one here. This is the Autumn Teaches Us That Change Can Be Beautiful. The Designer Series paper is the star of the show here. However, we do have some leaves that we die cut, and of course our sentiment. So for this one, we have a copper clay card base. This time I cut my card base 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it at 5 1/2. And we're going to go ahead and fold on that score line. And like I said, this Designer Series paper steals the show here. And I mean, look at that sunlight coming down through the autumn leaves. Absolutely flippin' gorgeous. And that I did cut down to 5 1/4 by 4. So we're going to go ahead and add our adhesive, and even the backside. I mean, look at that distressed copper. Oh, love it. Love it, love it, love it. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's see if I can't get this on here straight. There we go. So that's the start of our card. We're going to set that aside for a minute. I did cut some scraps here down. I have a very vanilla scrap for our sentiment. I have some of that oxidized copper for the large leaf. I have some early espresso and copper clay scraps for the littler leaves. So we're going to bring back our baby boss. And we'll start by cutting our large leaf. So there's our oxidized copper. We're going to bring in our large leaf. And this has to sit on there just so, because I didn't give a lot of extra. There we go. Run that through. So there's our oxidized leaf. Now we need our 2 other leaves. Oops, I got this stuck. All right, so we need one of these. Oh, that tape is wicked. All right, and we need one of these. So we're going to run these through. And what's really cool is we have 2 of each of these dies. So if you were doing multiples, you could easily cut out 2 of each because they gave you 2 of each of these. And look at the veins. It just cut out the little veins. Love these dies. They are so awesome. Agree, Betty. The designer series paper is like the star of the show for real. Okay, so now we can go ahead. Well, you know what? Let's just set these aside for a minute. We're going to stamp our sentiment. So we're going to bring back our little mat. And we need the autumn sentiment. And we're still using our early espresso ink pad for this one. And we're going to go ahead. Again, love the font on these sentiments. They are just so perfect for these cards. Beautiful. So go ahead and close that up. We're now done with the early espresso. And for this, we're going to need our baby boss. So we're going to use this label. Tap that down there. All right, bring this back. I don't know if I should be nervous or grateful. Tucker is being very quiet all of a sudden. I think I'm going more with nervous. That could mean God knows what he's doing to occupy his time all of a sudden. Unless my husband came in and took him out. That could be. I don't know. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and we're going to add some adhesive to the back of our large leaf here. And that's going to go right about there. I'm going to keep it underneath those sunny rays there. We're going to add adhesive to these. And that's going to go there like so. This one's going to go like so. And then dimensionals. And this card, I really didn't do anything other than add some dimensionals to the sentiment because of the oxidized copper piece. I felt like that gave it enough glitz. I didn't feel it needed any other embellishment. I mean, you absolutely could add more embellishments if you feel you need to. I just didn't feel it did. So you can see that oxidized copper paper. So that's it. Quick and simple. Nothing to it. Okay, we are already cooking onto card number 3. This one is a technique that's going to take you back a little bit. This is one we haven't done in a really long time. The triple time stamping, I think it was called, back when. So we're going to do a little triple time. So for this card, I have a copper clay, or no, I take that back. Cajun Craze card base. This is 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. We're going to go ahead and fold down that score line. Then I have various pieces here. I have a scrap for my sentiment. I have a Very Vanilla. Oops. This measures 4 by 5 1/4. Then I have another piece of Cajun Craze. This measures 3.5 by 4 3/4. Another piece of Very Vanilla. This one being 3 1/4 by 4.5. Then we have Cajun Craze again. This measures 2 3/4 by 4. And then Very Vanilla yet again. This is 2.5 by 3 3/4. So we're going to take our Very Vanilla pieces and set aside our Cajun Craze. And I have here just some temporary adhesive. This is not a Stampin' Up! Product. This is just something I've had from the craft store for many years. I don't use temporary adhesive very often unless I do something like this. So I've had this forever and ever and ever. But anyway, we're just going to go ahead and add a little smidge. And we're going to go ahead and layer these pieces on center. Like so. Baby. And again, just doing the best I can to get them centered. Oop. Good grief. That temporary adhesive is very, very temporary. There we go. Okay. Got to bring in our cushion again here. Okay. And I probably should bring in a scrap as well just to cover this. Oop. Well. This will work. Okay. All right. So We have our very vanilla pieces all layered together. I know, it's one that I used to love to do years ago, and then I kind of fell off my radar. I stopped really doing it because, of course, learn new things and you kind of move on. But this set, I thought, lended itself to doing this again. So thought I would pull it out of our arsenal. Very muggy here in central New York today. So I am a little bit parched here because my upstairs in my craft room, and I did have the air going, and then I got a little chill. So I shut it off, and now I'm going, regret. Should have kept it on. Okay, so we need, for stamps, our big leaf. We need the 2 little leaves, and we need this leaf, and I need my sentiments, and I think we're good. Okay. So ink we need. Ooh. We're using Lost Lagoon, Copper Clay, and Cajun Craze as our ink colors. So I'm going to start with my Cajun Craze for my really big. We don't need the dies for this particular card. Well, yeah, we do. But just that little one. Okay, so we're going to get our large leaf here. And we're going to ink that up. Oh. I've run out of space here. So we're inking that up with Cajun Craze. And then I'm just going to go ahead and triple time right on these 3 panels. You want to make sure you put enough pressure so that you're capturing all 3 panels. Like so.
Sorry, I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. It looks like an issue with the router and Echo device, so try restarting them. Unplug both of them, then plug the router back in.
Does anybody else have issues with their Echo just randomly talking? Like, I have not said Alexa's name at all. She just starts talking. Muggy there today, Kay. Oh, it's super muggy here. Oh. All right, so that's our Cajun Craze large leaf. And then we're going to bring in Lost Lagoon. My Lost Lagoon is a little on the juicy side. I probably should have brought over an extra jobber, but I didn't. But it's okay. We're just gonna bring that. There we go. Make sure you get enough pressure on there though, so that the ink does transfer to all 3 layers, like so. All right. Next color, Copper Clay. Also pretty juicy. But ink that up. And this one I'm going to just kind of bring in. Let's see. Let's do it this way, I guess. Yeah, that one's pretty muddy. Should have definitely brought a jobber for that one. Okay, next we are going to use the Lost Lagoon again. Only this time we're doing that big leaf. What did I do with him? Here it is. And that one's going to come in, I guess, like so. Next color, Cajun Craze again. And that's going to be these here. Like so. And last but not least, copper clay and this leaf. And this one we're going to have facing downward. Like so. Okay.
Sorry, I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. It looks like an issue with the router and Echo device, so try restarting them. Unplug both of them.
Oh my gosh.
Wait 30 seconds. Once the router is back on and connected to the internet, plug in the Echo device.
She's going to keep it up. Crazy in the Wolf household. I apologize. Okay. Next, we are going to start layering our pieces. So we can pull these apart. Now we want to use our permanent adhesive. And it goes like so. Apparently she wants a conversation. You're right. And she's not giving up until she gets it. All right. And, well, yeah, we can go ahead and put these two together. So that is going to go right about there, like so. Okay. And then this is going to attach to our card base. And this doesn't look like a much yet, but it will. Once we get everything put together, you'll see it all come together. But before we do that, I'm just going to add some adhesive there. And I did some like this as well. I'm going to bring in the ribbon. And what I did is I layered these two ribbons is how I did that. So we're going to start by leaving this one right there. Bring it around the center. And then we're going to trim that. Just like so. So there's the first ribbon. Actually, this goes like so. Make sure we keep things going in the right direction. Then we're taking the copper ribbon, which is coming all off my spool here. And we're just going to put that on that little, whoop. Make sure we have it centered in the middle of our linen ribbon. And then trim that. Then, and then, we're going to go ahead and add some more adhesive. And then this gets tucked in just like so. Then we have our scrap. And I'm using Cajun Craze. For I Am Thankful. So I'm thankful. And then back to that Lost Lagoon. We're going to do today and every day. So we're inking that up today. And every day. All right. So now, the I'm Thankful, I will just use my snips and cut her down. This, I'm going to take that little bitty die and try to get that centered. That should do it. Bring this back in. Oop. There's our today and every day. Get that back in there so I don't lose that. And then I did take a little I'm just going to roll that adhesive up. And on that, I just attached like so. And we need our dimensionals. And I did use 3 because because of this wide ribbon, it's going to end up being on the ribbon. I wasn't able to straddle. So I used 3 dimensionals to make sure it stuck. And There we go. All right, there you have it. Card number 3. So quick recap, we have our triple time. Let's get all this out of the way. Then we had our beautiful scenery. And then we had our 3 leaves with the tile. Oh, you are so welcome, Kay. I'm glad you can make it to come hang out with us. All right, folks, that is all I have for you today. I loved sharing this new catalog with you. Hopefully, most of you are starting to see your catalogs roll in from your mail. Because I did send out quite a few. If you don't have a catalog and you need a catalog and you don't have one coming from someone else, please reach out to me. I would love to get one to you. Amazing product in this new catalog. I can't show you the pages of the catalog yet. We are restricted until the catalog goes live in September. But yours arrived, Deb. Oh, good. All right. So anyway, I know most of you should be having them arriving over the next few days if you haven't gotten it yet. But again, if you are questioning whether or not you're getting one or you haven't received one yet, please reach out because this is the best fall winter catalog I've ever seen, in my opinion. I think it's the best. You're right, Betty. The papers are gorgeous. And that's all of the papers. The fall, the winter. I mean, there's some that are winter specific, not necessarily Christmas. It's just a really, really well-rounded catalog this year. Even the Halloween, and I'm not a big Halloween person, but I fell for it. I fell head first right into the Halloween stuff. They got me at the glow in the dark. You agree, Arlene? Yeah. Yeah, those pages are chock full of amazing. And like I said, they covered everything, I think, extremely well. Again, yes, there's a lot of Christmas specific, but they also did a lot of winter themed things. So it's not just Christmas. It's going to carry you through the entire. I know. They decided because a lot of people were complaining that it came too early with the launch of the annual catalog. So they did decide to spread it out a little bit. But yeah, I agree. I think it needed to be now. They wanted to wait instead of doing July, do August, have it come out instead of September. But just my thoughts, but you never know. I agree, Arlene, never too early. You're right. That's my opinion too, but apparently other people had their own opinion and they were the loudest squeakers. You know, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. So that's how that goes. Okay, guys, I will be back next week with something even more fun, I think, from the new catalog. So hang on to your hats and have a great week. Bye for now.